going to start in Sukhasana or cross-legged seat. As always, if cross-legged seat does not work for you because of hips, knees, ankles, any reason, you're welcome to sit with the legs in a wide butterfly pose, placing the soles, and I'm sorry I'm wearing dark clothes today, placing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees fall out. So you still get that external hip rotation, hip opener, but it's not quite so intense, especially for the low back. A lot of the time the Sukhasana can kind of pull on your low back if it's tight. Then you end up with knees in the armpits and a rounded spine. If you are sitting in Sukhasana, we're going to start a little differently today. So to make sure that your right foot is in first, your left foot is on the outside. That might be your awkward way to sit. That might be your natural way to sit. We're going to do both ways today to even out your hips. So again, right foot in back, left foot in front, or you're in butterfly, in which case your hips are going to be pretty much even and equal anyway. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Try to make sure you have equal weight in both hips, equal weight in both knees. One knee might be a little higher than the other naturally, and that might be because that bottom foot's underneath, or it might just be your tighter side. Sit up nice and tall. Place your palms on your knees. With an inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. As you exhale, slowly relax your shoulders back down. We're going to do 4 more like that. Big shoulder shrugs. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, just simply letting the shoulders melt away from the ears. Good. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2. Breath in. Releasing all the tension from the neck on the way down. 1 more time. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Drop your chin slightly so that the gaze turns downwards towards the floor. Feel free to stay here and just allow the gaze to soften so you're not focusing on any one thing. Or if it's comfortable, allow your eyes to close all the way, softening the eyelids, maybe feeling your eyelashes against the tops of your cheeks. We'll take a few breaths here to settle in. To settle into your mat, to your practice, to settle into your breath. Draw an awareness to the sound, sensation, and rhythm of your own natural breath, not changing anything just yet. Just noticing the natural length of your inhale and exhale, the cadence or rhythm, the way that each breath flows into the one after. And then as it feels comfortable, start to lengthen out your inhales and exhales. You're aiming for 5 to 6 seconds in through your nose and 5 to 6 seconds out through your nose. Taking your time to build this rhythm at a pace that doesn't cause any anxiety for your body. If the inhale and exhale is too long, you end up feeling breathless. Take a few breaths at your own pace and then come back to the lengthened breath. Take about 5 to 6 more breaths here just to establish that new pattern in the body. See if you can allow the elbows to be a little heavier, the shoulders to be a little softer, the neck to be longer, sit taller, belly in. If your palms are facing downwards on your knees, bring your palms facing upwards. Eyes can remain closed or blink open from here. As you inhale, circle your arms up overhead, reach up, stretch up. You might even gaze up towards the thumbs. As you exhale, trace your midline and bring your hands to your chest, hands to your heart. Now as you inhale, open your arms, spreading the palms like wings. Pressing the backs of the hands to the wall behind you, press your heart forwards. And then again, exhale, bringing the hands to the center of the chest. We're going to do 3 more rounds like that. Inhale, circle the arms out, up. Connect your palms. Exhale, trace your midline, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, open the wings, spread heart forwards. Exhaling, palms in, back to the heart center. Good, 2 more. Inhale, circle. Exhale, coming in. Inhale, open. Exhale, back in. 1 more time. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, circle. And exhale, hands in. From here, we'll inhale, circle, reach up. As you exhale, we'll come to a side bend. Place your right fingertips outside of your right hip. Reach your left arm up and over to your right. Try to send a little more weight towards your left hip. Pressing the left knee a little closer to the ground. Reach through the left fingertips. And if needed, you can always bend the elbow. Place your hand behind your head. Let the head relax in your palm, a little easier on the shoulder, lifting from the elbow and armpit. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, now gaze down towards your right knee and allow the right or left shoulder to lower, left fingertips to lower. From here, walk both hands in until your chest is facing your right knee. Lift the chest and then exhale, fold, walking the fingers forward, coming out and down over your right knee any amount. Again, try to press that left hip down, left knee down, deepening the length, the stretch, the sensation on the left side. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Stay to your right, so the chest framing the right knee. As you walk your hands back up to seated, so we're in a half twist here, facing the right knee, lift. Place your left palm now on the right knee, your right fingertips behind your right sit bones. Complete the twist, maybe going a bit deeper, drawing your left shoulder towards your right knee and your right shoulder back. One more breath. Allow the gaze to release from the twist first, and then the shoulders. Placing your fingers on the mat in front of you, walk them forward, and come into now an easy forward fold. You might stay on fingertips and just gently use the fingers to press the sit bones back. You might come to palms or any other variation. Head might fall through your arms, giving the neck a break. Try not to let your shoulders hike towards your ears. Open between the shoulder blades, letting the shoulders and triceps fall towards the floor. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, slowly walk the fingertips back up to your shins. Coming back up to seated. We're going to take this left leg, lift your left leg, and now extend your left leg out into a half straddle. As wide out to the side as it's comfortable for your back, your hips, and especially this inner left knee. If you feel any pulling sensations in the inside of the knee, shorten the angle, bringing the leg in. You might even let the knee bend, soften the knee. And especially important, find a flex in this left foot. Flexing the foot will help to activate the muscles of the knee and keep that knee supported so you're not hyperextending. From here, fingertips to the mat. Again, we're going to walk the hands forwards. Coming into another forward fold. Again, you might stay on fingertips. You might come to palms. This one just starting to open up the inner left leg. Take one more breath here. And now lift the chest halfway, maybe walking the fingers in a couple inches so you re-lengthen the spine, finding that straight diagonal line from tail to head. Walk your hands over to the left. You're going to stop just inside of your left leg. Now adding a little more of a stretch toward the back, right side of the body. You could stay half lifted, or you could again refold towards the inside of your left leg, coming down any amount. Notice if your right shoulder hikes higher here than the left, and try to even out your shoulders. 2 more breaths here. Again, you're going to half lift the chest, flatten the spine, walk the fingers in a few inches. From here, we're going to take your left forearm or palm, place it on top of your left shin. Your right hand's going to come behind your head, back of the hands, kind of at the base of the skull, head pushing into the hand. So make sure the hand's not pushing on the head's pushing back. From here, we're going to come into another side bend. Use the hand on the shin to rotate the left shoulder under, and then lift your right elbow, lift your right shoulder up, so that your torso is along your left leg. You could keep your right hand behind your head, or if you're wanting more, reach your right arm over your right ear towards your left toes, and continue to spin the left rib cage under as your right ribs lift up and back. Got 2 more big breaths here. One more inhale, reach a little further. As you exhale, gaze down towards the floor. I'm going to start to lower the right arm. As the right fingers come down, left hand will come down. Walk your hands all the way now over to your right. Again, try to keep this left hip down. I'm going to refold over your right knee. Stay facing the right. Walk your hands back up to seated, and again, we're going to twist. Try to keep this left hip down. Bring the left hand to the right knee. Right hand's going to come back behind your right hip. You'll twist, look over your right shoulder. One more thing on this side. From here, lean back slightly so that you can bring your right palm to the mat behind your right hip. We're going to lift to gate pose. Option 1, we're just going to roll to the outer edge of your left hip or left foot. Let the left hip lift and reach your left arm over your head. If you want a little more, push off of the right palm and the right knee. Let the hips lift. Press the hips and heart forwards as your left arm reaches over your head. Keep pushing the floor away from you with the right hand, and then get buoyant in the left side of the body, lifting up. One more full breath. Use your exhale to slowly lower the hips back down. Releasing from the twist. Rotating the toes back to the ceiling. Take your left hand, slide it under your left knee. Lift your left knee. And we're going to come back into cross-legged seat or Sukhasana. If this right leg needs a break, extend both legs. Give them a bounce for a breath or two. Maybe flex and point your feet. Get the blood moving back into the knees. And then when you're ready, back either to, again, your wide butterfly or Sukhasana, this time with the left foot behind, the right foot in front. So now we're going to even out the hips. This might be the awkward way. Whichever foot is in front, that back hip is going to get a little bit more of a stretch. It's subtle, it's passive, but you might feel a little more if this is the awkward way to sit. Give yourself a little wiggle, side to side. Make sure you have equal weight in both hips. Sit nice and tall. I'm going to start with the shoulder shrugs again, hands to the knees. Inhale the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. Good. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, let it go. 2, inhale. And exhale. Good. 1 more breath in. shoulders settle down, flip your hands, palms up. Circle the arms, inhale, reach up, stretch up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to the chest, maybe chin drops to the chest. Good, now open your wings. Inhale, spread the arms, press the chest forwards. Exhale, let it curl a bit as the hands come to the chest. Good, inhale, circle, reach up. Hands to the heart, exhale. Open your wings, inhale, press the back of the hands to the wall behind you. Good, curl it in, exhale, hands to the chest, chin to the chest. 2 more, inhale, circle, reach up. Tall spine as the hands come down, even emphasize that lift of the chest. Good, inhale, open. Now let the body curl as everything folds in. 1 more, inhale, lift. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale, spread your wings. Exhale, bring it in. Again, inhale, circle. Now we're going to side bend to your left. Lower the left fingertips outside your left hip. Reach your right arm over your ear. Spin the left ribs forwards, right ribs up and back. Again, you could bend the elbow, place the palm on the head if you need some support for your neck, or the right arm could stay reaching forwards. Make sure that's safe for your shoulder. Try to send more weight towards your right hip. Try to press that right knee down. You've got 2 more breaths. Keep reaching through the fingertips or lifting the elbow. Make sure the head and neck are in a comfortable position. Take 1 more inhale. Now turn your gaze down towards your left knee. Now slowly lower the right shoulder, lower the right fingers. Walk the left hand in until you're framing your left knee. Lift your chest to reset, and then fold. Walk the fingers forward. Come out any amount over your left knee. Back right side should get a little bit more of a stretch here. Keep pushing the right hip down and right knee down. Couple more breaths. Now again, stay facing the left. Chest towards your left knee. Walk your hands back up. So we're in a half twist. From here, we're going to take the right hand to the left knee, the left hand behind the left hip. Complete the twist. Turn to your left. Draw the left shoulder back, the right shoulder towards the left knee. Couple breaths here. Release your gaze from the twist first, then the shoulders. Fingers will come forwards in front of you. And now walk both hands forwards, back into a forward fold, pressing the fingertips down and forwards. A couple of breaths here to stretch out the spine. Shoulders heavy, away from your ears. Sit bones rooted. Full breath in, full breath out. Walk your hands back in, up to seated. And now we're going to extend your right leg out into a half straddle. Again, taking the right leg out as comfortable as it is for your leg, for your knee, for your hip. You might need less of an angle. You might have a wider straddle. Flex the right foot, engage the muscles around the kneecap. And again, we're going to fold straight forwards out in front of you. Walking the fingertips forward, so you're basically folding over your left foot. Just starting to open up this inner right hip and thigh. We've got a couple breaths here. You might stay on fingers, you might be able to come to forearms, whatever that pose is for you. On your next inhale, find your half lift, wherever you can lengthen through the spine. Maybe walking the fingers in a few inches. We're going to walk to your right now. stopping just inside of your right knee. Keep pushing your left hip down, your left knee down, and then refold, walking the hands forwards. You're going to start to feel more sensation in the back of the left hip and the back side body, your QL area. Couple more breaths here. Again, inhale, find the half lift. Find the length, take out the rounding in the shoulders. With that lengthened spine, take your right hand or forearm onto your right shin or ankle. Bring your left hand behind your left head. And now peel open, keeping the right shoulder in line with the right leg, the right side body in line with the right leg, lifting from the left. Again, your left hand could stay behind your head. You could reach the left fingertips towards the right toes if it's safe for your shoulder, but try not to let the shoulder drop. If you feel the left shoulder dropping, keep the hand behind the head, lift from the armpit and the elbow to deepen. Couple more breaths here. Good, one more inhale. Look down to the mat. As you exhale, relower the left fingertips, the right hand back to the mat. One more time, we're going to take a walk to your left. Keeping your right hip grounded, frame your left knee, and then fold over the left knee, but keeping that right hip, right leg grounded to the mat. Couple breaths here. Good. Again, walk the hands back in. Last two things from seated here. Sit up tall. You're in your half twist. Complete the twist. Bring your right hand to your left knee. Left hand behind your left hip. Don't let the right hip peel up just yet. Try to keep both hips on the ground as you twist from your shoulders. And now we're going to lean back slightly. Bringing your left palm to the mat behind your left hip. Roll to the inside edge of your right foot. Now the right hip's going to lift. Bring your right arm over your ear. Try not to let this shoulder collapse inwards. Push the mat away. Stay here. Or again, shift the weight towards the front of your left shin. Lift your hips and come into gate pose. Reaching your right fingertips over your right ear at a diagonal. Keep pressing the floor away with your left palm. Two more breaths here. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower the hips back down to the mat. Good. Shift the weight back forwards. Let your right knee bend. Slide your hand underneath your knee. Use the hand so the knee is not trying to strain to bend. Now bend both knees, taking the feet a little wider than your mat. Walk your fingers back and take a few windshield wipers of your knees, releasing hip flexors, massaging glutes. And then from here, we'll transition to a tabletop, roll over, come to hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Knees and feet, hips width distance apart. Make sure if you look between your knees, you can't see your feet. You can keep the toes tucked, you can untuck the toes. Whatever feels most stable. We're going to take about 6 rounds of cat and cow here to start to warm up your back. You'll inhale, chest forwards, belly down, tail up. Exhale, tuck your tail, roll through your spine, bring your chin to your chest and press the mat away from you. About 5 more breaths here, moving with your own rhythm. See if you can come back to that 5 to 6 second count. Really feeling through your back in your core as you move. Good, couple more breaths here. Finishing whatever round of breath that you're on. And finding a neutral spine. From this neutral spine, take your right leg and extend your right leg out to the right so your right big toe is about in line with your left knee. If that's too much for your knee or hip, the foot can be further back. From here, think child's pose. You could keep this back toe tucked or untucked. We're going to press your hips back towards your heels. You might still need to keep the hips a little more over the knee and then walk the hands forward so it's more like a puppy pose. You might be able to sit those hips further back and come more towards child's pose. Just a little bit deeper hip opener for the right side. Head heavy. I'm going to take 3 more breaths here. Good. Pushing into your palms. On your next inhale, come back forwards, bringing the shoulders back over your wrists. I'm going to do a little bit more for the thoracic area. So I'm going to start the easy side. Keeping the left on, or the weight on the left palm, bring your left hand behind your head. You're going to inhale, twist open to the right. Did I say left hand? I meant right hand. Left hand down, right hand up. Good. Exhale, lower the right elbow, lower the right shoulder. We're going to do 4 more like that. Inhale, twist open to the right. Draw the left shoulder under, the right ribs up. Good. Exhale and lower. Last 2, inhale. Good. And exhale. Notice if you feel shifting in the hips. See if you can keep the twist in the ribs, in the shoulders. Good. Now as you exhale, lower the right palm back to the mat. Re-square shoulders, re-square hips. We're going to do the left arm, left side. Plant the right palm. Limited range of motion here, so don't feel like you're going to be able to twist very deep. Left hand behind your head. As you inhale, try not to let the hips twist as you lift your left elbow any amount. Exhale, lower the left shoulder, left elbow down. 3 more like that. Inhale. You're working at your range of motion. And exhale. Finding movement in the thoracic area, the middle back. Good. 2 more. This next one, you'll inhale the left elbow up. Now see if you can extend the left arm up. Big breath in. We're going to go into a shoulder stretch from here. As you exhale, sweep your left arm underneath your right, bend your right elbow, lower your left ear, and your left shoulder to the floor. If your shoulder can't come to the floor, bring the floor to you. If having the right leg extended is too much, feel free to bend the right knee back in to meet the left. Good. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. If you're wanting a little more sensation, press into your right fingertips. Roll a little more weight towards the left. 2 more breaths. Bring your weight back into your right palm. Push down into the right palm. Inhale. Lift the left arm. 1 more time. Reach it up. Exhale. Left palm back to the mat. Soften the right knee. Slide the right knee back into the mat. Let the hips move a little side to side. You might take a couple of cat-cows to release your back and shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to do the second side. I'm going to spin around so I have the space. Stacking your shoulders back over your wrists. Take your left leg and now extend the left leg out to the left. Again, the back toes could stay tucked or untucked. This foot, you're aiming toe to knee. It could be further back if that's what's safe for you. Starting with that version of child's pose. Tucking the toes or untucking, pressing your hips back towards your right heel. Crawl your fingertips forward, try to lengthen. Again, you might be more like puppy, hips shifted over your right knee. You might be more like child's hips going back. Do what feels best for your knees. Couple breaths here. Push into your palms. Inhale, shift forwards, coming back to all fours, hands and knees. Starting easy side. Bring the weight to your right palm. The left hand again is going to come behind your head. As you inhale, twist from your shoulders, lift the left elbow to the ceiling. As you exhale, lower the left elbow, lower your left shoulder. Again, inhale, lift. Notice if one side feels a little harder maybe than the other side. Exhale, maybe the second side is a little easier. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Again, try to find stability in your hips. They're going to shift a little bit, but try not to twist from the hips. Good. This time as you exhale, the left hand will lower back down to the floor, making sure your left shoulder is under or over your wrist. Transfer the weight. Bring your right hand behind your head. Inhale, now twist to your right. Exhale and lower. Again, notice if one side felt easier than the other, maybe this is your easy side. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, lift. And if possible, extend your right fingertips up to the ceiling. Deepen the twist. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, take your right arm underneath your left. Bend your left elbow. Bring your right ear and your shoulder to the mat. You might come up onto the left fingertips. And again, if it feels unstable to have the left leg extended, you can always slide the left knee back in and come back to a squared hip, squared knee. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Keep the belly engaged. Try to press down through your right knee. Press through the left fingertips to send more weight to the right. 1 more full breath. And now bring the weight back into your left palm. Push into the left palm. Start to release your right arm. Taking the right hand to the ceiling 1 more time with an inhale. And then exhale, right palm back down to the mat. Slide this left knee back in. And again, take a few releasing movements. You might let the knees windshield wiper, the feet windshield wiper, or the hips. You might take a few rounds of cat-cow, whatever feels good before we move on. As you feel ready, come to a downward dog. Tuck your toes, press your hips back, slowly start to lift the knees, and then send the hips to the space where the ceiling and wall meet behind you. If downward dog doesn't feel good today, you could always stay in table. Just extend one leg back and then the other leg. If you're in downward dog, feel free to move here, adjusting hands, feet. Shake out your head, nod a few times, yes, no. Any other movement that feels good. We've got 4 more breaths in this downward dog. Good. Soften the knees. Lift your heels. Look to the top of your mat and start to take small steps to the top. Once your feet reach the backs of your hands, come to a half lift. Inhale, chest forwards, belly in. Exhale to a forward fold. Bend the knees, roll your belly out over your thighs, head and shoulders heavy. You might keep the hands on the shins or the feet to take some of the weight off the low back. You might grab opposite elbows if you're wanting a little more. Let gravity do the work for you. Letting head and shoulders fall heavy. But keep the core engaged, glutes engaged, thighs engaged. That'll help to keep the blood from all rushing to your head. It's also going to help to protect the low back. Take 3 more breaths here. Good. Bring your hands onto your legs. We're going to do a version of a roll-up, but we're going to walk up. So you're going to slowly pull your belly in, let the spine round, and walk your hands up your legs, up your hips, slowly rolling all the way up to stand. Good. Let the arms open up beside you, full mountain pose. Soften the shoulders down. Lift your heart up. Lengthen through your spine. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, circle. Reach the arms upwards. Exhale, trace your midline and bring your hands to your chest. Good. Inhale, circle. This time, forward fold. Bend your knees, roll your belly out over your thighs, standing forward fold, hinging from your hips. Half lift it, inhale, chest forwards. Refold, exhale, let it go. Good, this time, inhale, circle the arms as you lift with a flat back, coming all the way to stand. Little back bend at the top. Find a cactus pose. Lift the heart to the ceiling, sternum to the ceiling, elbows pulled down. Inhale, reach up. Hands to the heart, exhale. One more like that. Inhale, circle, reach high. Forward fold, exhale, bend the knees, belly over thighs. Half lift, inhale, chest forwards. Refold, exhale, head heavy. Root to rise, inhale, circle your arms, come all the way up to stand. Back bend at the top. Exhale, heart sternum to the ceiling, elbows down. Inhale, reach up. Again, we're going to fold. Exhale, belly to thighs, forward fold. Little different this time. Inhale, half lift, heart forwards. Exhale, bigger bend in your knees, fingers down. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. I'm going to hold your lunge on your right side. Right knee over right ankle. Stay on fingertips or palms. Pull the chest forward. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, your option, you could set the back knee down, come back to tabletop. You could keep the back knee lifted, step back to plank. You could set both knees down, come to knee plank. So again, you could be table, knee, or full plank. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees if they're still lifted. Hug your elbows in so they graze the sides of the rib cage as you lower all the way down to the floor. Once your belly's on the mat, untuck your toes. Slide your palms back a couple of inches so your elbows are over your wrists. Hug your elbows in, draw the shoulders back. Find baby cobra. Inhale, chest forwards and up. Gaze up, chin levels with the floor. Take one more full breath in. Exhale and release. Slide the hands back forwards under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press your knees into the floor. Let the hips soften. With an exhale, you're going to lift to a knee plank or a table. And then send your hips to your heels. Child's pose at the back of your mat. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to tabletop. Stay in table or tuck the toes, press back to downward dog. Next transition can be done from a tabletop, little easier, or a downward dog. We're going to take your right leg up and back. As you exhale, we're going to bring the right foot to the top of the mat on the outside of your right hand, so a wide lunge. If it only makes it about a third of the way forwards, take your right hand behind your right ankle and give that right foot a hop. Your right foot's going to be on the outer edge of your mat, right hand on the inside of the right knee. So we're in a nice wide lunge. For a little more, turn the right toes out a little bit to the right. Let the hips come down as the heart pulls forward. So you're in a bit more of a lizard lunge. Feel free to set the left knee down as well, or maybe start to soften the elbows and fold. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Lift your back knee. Hug in this right knee. Walk your fingers forwards in front of you a couple of inches. We're going to step your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. So now both feet are wide. Turn both heels in, both toes out. Sumo squat. Start to sit back as if you were sitting in a chair, keeping your hips level with your knees. Weight still in your heels. Bring your elbows to the insides of your knees and just gently press the knees open to open the hips. You've got 3 breaths here. Good. Now squeeze in from your inner thighs. As you inhale, sweep the arms forward, straighten the legs, come all the way up to stand. Good. Exhale, heel toe your feet in, hips width distance apart, neutral, hands to the chest. Second side. Inhale, circle, reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Belly over thighs. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, big bend. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. You're in a nice long lunge on the left leg. Left knee over left ankle. Fingers to the mat. Heart pulling forwards, long spine. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, option 1, drop the back knee. Come back to tabletop. Option 2, you're finding a knee plank. Option 3, full plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the mat. Bend the elbows. Lower the belly to the floor. One more cobra. Untuck your toes, slide the palms back. Hug your elbows in. Inhale, chest lifts. Chin level with the floor, heart pulling forwards. Full breath in. Good. Exhale, release. Slide the hands in under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. On your exhale, lift. All fours, table or knee. Child's pose, hips to heels. Exhale. Good. Stretch it out. Press the palms forward. Send your hips back. Maybe give the hips a little wiggle. Your head a sway. Almost done. Inhale. Come forwards. Table. Stay in table for the transition or tuck your toes. Downward dog. Good. Inhale. Take the left leg up. As you exhale, the left foot's going to step to the top of your mat outside your left hand. Again, if it doesn't make it all the way, take your left hand behind your foot. Give the foot a hop forwards. So your left knee still over your left ankle. You're still in a wide lunge. Both hands on the inside of your left foot. And then you might play with the lunge a little bit here. You could stay on palms or fingers. You could turn the left toes out a bit more. You might lower the back knee and start to bend the elbows. So again, just a couple more breaths here. Good. Now tuck the toes, lift your back knee. You're going to step your right foot outside of your right hand, outer edge of the mat. Again, we're coming back to sumo. Turn heels in, toes out. Malasana, if you want more. Drop the hips below the knees. Lift the chest, any amount, or you could say sumo, hips level with the knees. This time, let the weight rock a little side to side wherever you are. Couple more breaths. One more inhale. Now come to a forward fold. As you exhale, lower the fingers to the mat. Start to lift your hips. As the hips lift, turn your heels out so your feet are parallel and you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Keep the weight slightly forward so your hips stay over your heels. Again, you could grab a hold of shins to support the weight of the low back or the upper back, so there's a pull on the low back. You can grab opposite elbows. You could actually use the hands to take you deeper into a forward fold. Do what feels best here. You've got just 2 more breaths. On your inhale, lift halfway up, flatten the back, walk your hands up to your hips and exhale there. Now squeeze the inner thighs in, feet in, inhale, lift the rest of the way up to stand. Good, exhale, relax your arms. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand, take a side bend over to your left. Come back to center, grab your left wrist, take a side bend to the right. Good, back to center, inhale. Exhale, hands to your chest, heel toe your feet back into neutral. Good, from here, last time, inhale, circle your arms. Forward fold, exhale, belly over thighs. This time we're just going back to a child's pose. You'll inhale, half lift. As you exhale, take a big bend until you can bring both fingers to the mat. Step one leg back, set that knee down. Other leg back, set that knee down, press your hips to your heels, child's pose. Couple breaths here just to get your body ready to transition to the floor. You might keep your arms forwards. You might bring your hands back behind you, palms facing upwards outside your hips, letting the shoulders get a bit more of a break. Now, take your hands, place them on your mat outside of your knees. Push into the palms, lift the upper body, and then let your hips slide to one side, feet to the other. Take a seat, bring your legs around and forwards out in front of you. Scoot yourself down on your mat until your hips are forwards of center, extended legs, feet off the edge or just at the edge so you have plenty of space to lie back. Inhale, reach the arms forwards. Exhale, start to take it back one vertebrae at a time. If this is too much for your back, please bend your knees, roll to the side, come onto your back that way. You could always keep the knees bent as well. You could always lower an elbow, both elbows, ease yourself to the floor. Once you're on your mat, take a big stretch, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, big hug. Bend the knees, draw them into your chest. Take a few circles. Give your back a massage into the floor. Keep your knees bent, set your feet on the mat. We're going to come into figure four on your right side. Bend your right knee in, take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee, and then let your right knee fall wide so that the right shin starts to become parallel towards the back of your mat. Stay here, or if you're wanting more, lift your left knee in towards your chest. You might grab a hold at the back of the thigh, the front of your shin, or any other grip that feels good to you. Keep pushing the right knee open. You could always hold the left hand with the left thigh, bring the right palm to the right knee, and actually use your right palm to press the knee open as you hold the left thigh up. Couple more breaths here. One more full breath. Slowly release the grip on your left knee. Set your left foot down. Uncross, set your right foot down. Square off the hips. Make sure they don't feel tilted going into the next side. Draw the left knee in. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Let the left knee fall wide. Again, you could stay right here. If this is enough, just working that left knee out towards the mat. Or you could bring the right knee into the chest, deepen it, maybe grabbing a hold of the back of the right leg or the front of the shin. Again, if you're wanting a little more for the left hip, you could always open the hip by placing the left palm on the inside of the knee, and then as you draw the right knee in, you press the left knee open. A few more breaths here. One more full breath. Release the right leg. Set your right foot down, left foot down. And now adjust the hips so they feel centered. Heel toe your feet out until they're about the width of your yoga mat, maybe a little more narrow. We're going to do a dynamic twist, so never actually settling in the twist. Open your arms out to a T position, cactus as well if that feels better for your shoulders, or if it helps to open a bit more. Just let the knees start to windshield wiper from side to side. So we'll open up the outer hip flexors as we add in a twist. The gaze might fall opposite of the knees if it's safe for your neck, if it doesn't cause dizziness. So as the knees go left, the gaze could go right and vice versa. I'm going to do this a couple more times, side to side, letting one knee drop to center, other knee wide. You might pause for a breath on each side, sort of slowing down the movement. As you feel ready, allowing hips and knees to come to center. Adjusting the hips one more time, lengthening your spine along the floor. Extend your right leg forwards. Extend your left leg forwards. Feel free to bring the arms in closer to the body or let them fall just as wide. You could even fold the palms over your body if that feels more comfortable today. Make any other minor adjustments that your body needs to be comfortable here to rest. Take a full deep breath in through your nose. Take a long exhale out of your mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out of the mouth. Bottom of this exhale, let your lips seal. Lightly enough your teeth can still part. Allow your tongue to fall towards the back of your mouth. Relax your toes, the arches of your feet, your heels, and your ankles. Soften your calves, knees, thighs, and hips. Soften your glutes, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Soften your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, and wrists. Soften your palms and each one of your fingers. Soften your shoulder blades. Soften your throat, chin, and jaw. Soften your cheekbones, the space between your eyebrows, and across your forehead. Soften the top of your head, the back of your head, your ears. Soften the back of your neck and all the way down the length of your spine to the tip of your tail. Soften your breath. And then soften your mind. If you feel like you're fighting your mind today from telling stories, begin to count your breath. Inhale 1, exhale 1, inhale 2, exhale 2. Bringing the mind back to the body if your mind has left the room. Just take a moment to notice where it's gone. And then keeping your eyes closed, come back to the room that you're in. Imagining the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Imagining your body in that room, the position you're in, the space that you're in. And then feel yourself come back inwards to the sensations in your body and the surface of your body. The feeling of your heartbeat, your breath, the feeling of your clothing against your skin, or your yoga mat beneath your heels, head, shoulders. And coming back even more inwards. Take another deep breath in, long breath out. Place your thumbs on the pads of your fingers and start to draw soft circles, feeling the sensation of that movement, the texture of your fingerprints. And then begin to wiggle your toes, slowly adding in larger movements, maybe circling your wrists, ankles. Feel free to take one more big stretch, reaching your arms over your head, stretching from fingers to toes. Give yourself a final hug. Bring your knees into your chest. Exhale. Maybe pausing to thank your body for everything it's done for you today. And then roll over to whichever side is most comfortable. Give yourself a breath or two there, still to relax. Let your head be the last thing to lift as you slowly press yourself up to seated. We'll take one more big breath together. Give yourself a moment to shift and adjust in your seat. Let your palms rest open outside your knees. Let's do one breath to prepare. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. This time, inhale, circle your arms up overhead. Connect your palms at the top. As you exhale, bring your thumbs to the center of your forehead. May your mind always know peace. Your thumbs to your lips. May your words always speak peace. Your thumbs to your heart. May your heart always feel peace. Thank you all very much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you. I will see you all next week. And yeah, have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. Good luck with the weather wherever you're at.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.